Looks like we are back with another so-called Mother of the Year story, where we have this woman whose name is Tiffani Bagroff out of Pennsylvania, who decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and live with my boyfriend instead of take care of my child. Yes, you heard that correctly. This woman literally has a 15-year-old son that she, of course, is supposed to be raising in Pennsylvania, but decides, you know what, I'm tired of being a mother. 3 years shy before he reaches the legal adult age in America, and says, I'm gonna just drop this and go ahead and live with my boyfriend. Now, here's the kicker. Not only does she abandon her child and decides to go live with her boyfriend, she goes and lives with her boyfriend in another state. Now, mind you, this woman lives in Pennsylvania with her child, or she did. Her boyfriend is in New Jersey. Granted, it's a one-state difference, but the thing is, it's still in another state. And even if it was down the street, you literally have an obligation to raise your child. Your child is still a minor at the age of 15. And you decide, oh, I'm just going to leave him. And the story just gets worse from there. But let's go ahead and get into the actual article itself. A Pennsylvania mom is accused of abandoning her 15-year-old son to live with her boyfriend in New Jersey. Just listen to how that reads. It's just trash. Tiffani Bagroff, age 45, was arrested and charged with 1 count of endangering the welfare of children after the Manheim Township Police Department discovered her son living alone at their home with no gas, no heat, or no running water. So she left him literally living in squalor. A warrant was issued for her arrest on January 12th, and she was taken into custody by the Pennsville Township Police Department in New Jersey on Saturday. According to Lancaster Online, witnesses have reported that a minor had been living alone at the home and that their mother had not been seen, and a search warrant was issued for their home on December 13, 2023. So they just arrested her on the 12th. So it makes you wonder, how long was he living alone, especially when it said he had no gas and no heat and no running water, which means she just stopped paying the bill and they cut everything off. The outlet reported that officers verified that water and gas service had been shut off in November. Wow. And that Bagroff's son had been reported absent and late to school a number of times. Bagroff's son told officers that she had allegedly been gone for the home for about a month. Well, that answers my question. Only returning on occasion without making him aware of when that would be, per the news release. This woman is absolute garbage. Officers reported in their news release that the house was cluttered, containing trash and spoiled or rotten food. The son also had 2 dogs and a cat. Allegedly, he told officers he only went to school occasionally because he found it difficult to wake up in the morning since they were alone, per the news release. The news release states that Bagroff's son had access to food, as Bagroff sometimes sends money via Cash App. He relied on a relative to periodically take him to the grocery store and back to their home for a shower and to wash dishes. Well, I have a question for this relative. Why didn't you just take them in? You had to have known that they were not living in the best conditions at that time. Why didn't you just take them in unless the boy never told them what was going on? That's the only reason I could believe it. People has reached out to the Manheim Township Police Department for comment. According to the news release, Bagroff is currently being held in the Salem County Correctional Facility, where she is awaiting for extradition and has not been arraigned. Wow, that is not only trifling, but it's also sad at the same time. Like, you have a duty and an obligation as a mother to raise your child, and what do? Just abandon him, not pay the bill, just let everything get cut off so you can go and gallivant with your boyfriend in another state. Really? And you want to know what's so crazy? Usually I would put like anything that's dealing with I guess you could say the endangerment of a child on my Patreon, but this is as trash as this is. This is very tame compared to what people see on my Patreon involving the endangerment of children. But still, it's still a very, she violated. I'll put it like that. She violated in a heavy way. She put another man who her child may or may not be aware of over him. Your children always comes first, no matter what kind of relationship you might have outside of that, especially if the child is not the father, is not their father. Because from the sounds of it, this is definitely not the child's father. Definitely not, especially with them being 15. Because if it was a child's father, they would have said, oh, this is the child's father. But she put her boyfriend over her son. Now, it makes you also wonder this question. Is her boyfriend aware that she has a son? It makes you wonder, has she told him that she had a child, or did she tell him that she doesn't have any children? That's the other question I beg. I would like to know, because it's a good opportunity or chance that he may not even be aware that she even has children. So who knows what kind of story she's probably been telling him. So if that's the case, she's even more trash, because she probably would say, oh, if she told him she had a child, he probably wouldn't want to mess with her. But you would never know. But the thing is, you decided to abandon your child to go live with this boyfriend who may or may not know you have a child. And if he does know you have a child and he still allowed you to just come with him, and he knew that you abandoned your child back in another state, then he's trash too. So I don't want to know whether, I can't say for sure if he knew she had a child or if she didn't. Let's hope that he doesn't know that she had a child, rather than he does and was just allowing her to do this, because that would make him even more messed up just as messed up as she is. But either way, this woman is probably is now on the list of worst mothers in the establishment right now as it stands. She's not as high up as some others, because the ones who are higher up are the ones who completely and utterly torture the children. But having them live in squalor is torture enough. And she said she would periodically come by. She would periodically send cash apps so he could get something to eat. And how is she living exactly is the question. That's the real question. And I think another question I have to ask is why? Why would you do that? Why would you put some other man who your son probably may not even know about? That's another thing. Does the son even know about this dude? So who knows? This woman seems like she's just living a double life. Like she has one life that's with her son and another life that's with this boyfriend in Jersey. And neither one of them may not even know about each other, because the articles didn't even state if they asked the child if he knew about this boyfriend that his mother has. And they need to talk to the boyfriend too and ask him, were you aware that the woman that you claim is your girlfriend, were you aware that she was a mother to a 15-year-old boy back in another state that she abandoned? Either way, this woman is in the middle of this playing a crazy game on both spectrums, as far as her son and allegedly her boyfriend, if the scenario that I painted out in my head plays out the way that I think it did. And she deserves every bit of a consequence that she needs. It's just the only unfortunate thing is that even though, yes, the child is 15, he's still a minor. So I hope that he can go live with a reliable relative and not end up in the system.